Keystone did pay a portion of the tenant's rent.
Did you receive a subpoena?
Yes, I did.
Okay, did you respond to that subpoena?
No, I did not.
Why not?
So I didn't think that all this make any significance.
You did sign a CDC declaration.
Yes.
Okay. Are you getting a refund?
Yes,
Have you received it?
yes,
How much was your refund?
2,300 and something, I think.
Where did that go?
I think you've made your point.
It's a choice to not pay rent.
Your intention is to just move and then stick them.
More vintage Middleton from 2021. In the pandemic fallout, people lost their jobs, and government stepped in with safety nets to help those victims of circumstance. These two weren't victims of anything. Instead, they played victims on TV and scammed the system for all they could get. Here's the $104,000 question. If they earn that much between them, what's up with the Woe-is-me Act? Even in 2025, you can live like a king in Sturgis on half that. I don't have an update after this hearing, but I would imagine the plaintiff recovered most of their money by now through wage garnishment, which in Michigan is really easy to get. Let's roll, nerds.
All right, I think we're ready to begin. Mr. Sensak, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. LaForce, can you hear me as well?
Yes,
All right, this is a continued hearing. It's actually a discovery hearing in the matter of Sturgis Place Apartments versus Nicholas Sensat and Helen LaForce. Mr. Sensat and Ms. LaForce, I'd ask you to both please raise your right hand. Ms. Matson, you may as well as raise your right hand as well. You all swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief.
Yes, sir.
yes,
Ms. Bettina Emery, our housing advocate from Keystone Place, is also here. This case has been ongoing for several months. The demand for possession was originally filed in February. Keystone did pay a portion of the tenant's rent, I think through January. We made a finding in April that the parties did not qualify for emergency assistance through Keystone. And defendants then filed for a CDC stay of eviction, which is in effect. However, that stay requires that they meet certain conditions in order to be eligible for the stay, and those are things that Mr. Thornton wants to inquire about. Now, I have someone coming in. This may be Morgan Olson.
Some of that.
Good afternoon. Who am I speaking with?
Tracy Wallace from Morgan Olson.
All right, thank you. Thank you for coming in pursuant to your subpoena. Do you have the ability to video?
I don't.
All right, well, Ms. Wallace, you can't see me, but I'm here in Centerville on the bench. Wherever you are right now, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. Do
Okay.
you swear or affirm any testimony that you're about to give here will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes, I do.
All right. Mr. Sensat, I believe, is or was an employee of Morgan Olson, and I'm not sure about Ms. LaForce. Mr. Lance Thornton has subpoenaed you to come to this hearing, and I'm going to have him question you first so you can get on about your business. Mr. Thornton?
Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you, Tracy, for joining us today. Yes, I'm going to begin with questions regarding Nicholas Sensat, S-E-N-S-A-T.
Yes.
Is he a current employer or employee of Morgan Olson?
Yes, he is.
Can you tell us his start date of employment?
Yep. Give me 1 second. 9/24 of 14. Let me make sure that's the current, that he didn't leave and come back. Yeah, 9/24 of 14.
Okay. And we're going to concentrate just on the years of 2020 and 2021.
Okay.
For 2020, with regard to Mr. Sensat, was he off from work from for any extended periods of time in 2020?
Lance, you have reason to believe he was off in 2020?
No, I did include an attachment to the subpoena that asked that question, periods when they would be off. But
Well, let me just ask Mr. Sensat. Mr. Sensat, were you off work in 2020?
Yes. Early November.
Early November, yes.
To when?
We both had COVID.
Yeah.
November to when?
It was the beginning or the end of October into the 17th of November that we was off because we both had COVID.
All right, and other than that, you worked all the weeks during 2020?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Does that
And I
answer
can
your
confirm
question?
that I can confirm that he was off during that time because I'm just to that point right now.
Well, did he get emergency pay or sick pay or anything for the time he was off?
When he had COVID, yes, they get 5 days paid.
is that just their regular pay then?
Yes.
How about for 2021? I guess I'll ask that question of Mr. Sensat and Ms. LaForce because it'll probably be quicker. Have there been extended periods of time either one of you have been off in 2021?
No, I don't believe
No.
so.
Ms. Wallace, are both Mr. Sensat and Helen LaForce hourly or salary employees?
Hourly.
You have both of their current hourly rates.
I do. Yes, sir, I do.
Can you give those to us, please?
Mr. Sunset makes $20.09 an hour. And Helen makes, I got to go on her now. She makes $20.78 an hour.
Do they, either one get significant overtime?
As today, Helen has 38 hours overtime, and that's, for the whole year.
Okay.
And then Mr. Sunset has 196.86 hours overtime for the whole year as of 21.
196.68?
86.6. I'm sorry, 196.86.
Can you give us both of their gross wages thus far through 2021?
Yes, Mr. Sunset is $19,947.60, and Helen, hold on, is at $15,959.43.
You have their gross wages for 2020.
I do. Helen's was $44,548.20. Nicholas is at 59. Wait a minute, let me make sure. $59,490.22.
And is Ms. LaForce still employed at Morgan Olson?
Yes, she is.
That's all I have, Your Honor, for Ms. Wallace.
Mr. Sensat or Ms. LaForce, do you have any questions for that witness?
No, Your
No.
Honor.
All right, Ms. Wallace, you can go on about your day. Thank you for assisting us.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Thornton.
Yes, Your Honor, hang on just a second here. If Your Honor doesn't mind, under Michigan Rule of Evidence 611D, I'd like to speed this up a little bit and ask leading questions as the defendants are opposing parties.
That's acceptable.
Mr. Sensat, I'll start with you. Did you receive a subpoena dated 4/27 of 2021 from me?
Yes, I did.
Okay, did you respond to that subpoena?
No, I did not.
Why not?
Because we've found the place to move to, we are moving out. And we're in the process right now of moving, actually.
Okay.
So I didn't think that all this would really make any significance right now, since we are leaving the premises.
Okay. Did you also receive a telephone message from me after you received the subpoena to call my office?
No, I did not.
Okay. The subpoena asked you to produce some documents, is that correct?
Yes.
And you did not produce those documents, is that
No.
accurate?
Yes, sir.
You did sign a CDC declaration form on April 6, 2021, correct?
Yes.
And as part of that form, you indicated you'd used your best efforts to obtain all available government assistance for rent or housing.
Yes. Yes.
Did you, after Your Honor had commented that you got some assistance from Keystone back a ways, and possibly January they made a payment? Is that accurate? You remember when they made the payment?
Yes.
And it was in January of 2021?
Yes.
Did you try for more assistance after that
Yes, we did.
through Keystone?
Yes.
And were you turned down?
Yes.
Was that because your income's too high?
Yes.
Did you also, as part of that declaration, say, I am using best efforts to make timely partial payments that are as close to the full payment as the individual circumstances may permit, taking into account other non-discretionary expenses?
They didn't see that on that paperwork.
I didn't either.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on there. It's the fourth bullet point.
When's the last time, Mr. Sensat, you've made a rent payment to Stoughton Estates?
Was December?
Mm-hmm.
That was before that.
I
I
remember.
don't have that information, sir.
Could it be clear back to August of 2020?
It could, yes, sir.
September or October. No, we made October's payment.
Made October's payment?
Yes. I think October was the last one. Think.
You agree that the information provided by Ms. Wallace regarding your hourly rate is correct?
Yes.
And the information she gave regarding your pay in 2020, gross wages, was that correct in your mind?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have no reason to doubt her. She keeps good records.
Okay. And again, the compensation in 2021 that compensation figures for gross wages year to date, those appear to be accurate
Yes.
Yes.
for both of you, Ms. Sensat? You're also
Yes.
confirming that for yourself?
Yes.
Do you have any other sources, either one of you have any other sources of income other than Grumman or Morgan Olson?
No.
No.
How many persons live in your household?
3.
Obviously, the two of you, who's the third person?
Carly Carper.
And is that a she?
Yes.
And who is Carly?
She's my daughter from another marriage.
Now, how old is she?
25.
Is she disabled or dependent upon you for support?
She's dependent upon us for support, but she's not disabled.
Why is she dependent upon you for support?
Oh, she just lost her job. She's had multiple jobs and seems to have a problem hanging on to them.
When you say she just lost her job, when did she lose her job?
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Just this past Tuesday?
Yes, and she just started it
2 weeks prior to that.
2 weeks prior to that.
Mr. Sunset, did you receive a government stimulus check in 2020?
No, I did not.
You know why you didn't?
No.
Ms. Sunset, did you receive a stimulus check in 2020?
Did
Oh,
I?
her name is Miss LaForce.
It's
I'm sorry,
LaForce.
Ms. LaForce.
Yes, I did.
Was that for $1,200?
Yes.
Did Ms. LaForce, did you receive a second stimulus check in 2021 for $600?
Yes, I did.
Mr. Sunset, did you get the second stimulus check of $600?
No, I did not.
You know why you didn't get that one either?
No.
I assume, and tell me if I'm incorrect, that the two of you are not married. Is that correct?
No, we're not.
We're not married, no.
You file taxes separately then as
Yes.
single
Yes.
persons? Mr. Sunset, did you get a tax refund for 2020?
No.
Have you filed your 2020?
In fact, I owe the government.
So you did file your 2020 tax returns.
No,
You have not filed your 20.
not yet. No.
Okay. Ms. Sunset, how about you? Did you file your 2020 tax returns?
You mean LaForce? I said, yes, I did.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. Okay. Are you getting a refund?
Yes,
Have you received it?
yes.
How much was your refund?
Hmm. 2,300 and something, I think it was.
She has extra money taken out of her check, so she gets a refund, but I don't, so I always end up paying in.
Okay. Ms. LaForce, what happened to the stimulus checks? Has that money been spent? Did you bank it? What did you do with it?
Bills.
The money's been spent on bills.
But not rent.
No.
Is that true, Ms.
Yes,
LaForce?
I have a truck payment I have to make too.
Okay, we're gonna get to that. How about your refund of 2,300? Where did that go?
On a place to move to.
Okay. And where are you moving to?
Moving to, we'll give that information to
It's memory
Maria,
lane.
but we've got it, yeah. Sturgis, Michigan.
Is that the mobile home park?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So the entire 2,300, Ms. LaForce, was paid to the mobile home park?
Yeah,
Let's talk about your expenses. Let's start with you, Mr. Sensat.
Lance, I'm not sure, I think you've made your point. I think your evidence right now is pretty compelling as it is. I'll let you continue to ask if you're making record for another purpose.
Well, Yeah, I think it's clear that with a combined income in 2020 of $104,038.42 in gross wages, that not paying any, and we can ask the manager here, Maria, that when they last paid rent, it looked to me like it hadn't been since August of 2020, that it's a choice, not a to not pay rent, then and those declarations were not signed in good faith. And were
Ms.
not
Mattson,
signed.
when was rent last paid?
August 27th of 2020.
And I certainly now understand why Bettina was unable to qualify them for any assistance. In addition, one of the things is I expect to earn no more than $99,000. So I don't know if they each file a separate one. Individually, they're less than $99,000, but clearly for St. Joe County residents, they're quite well compensated. We don't have a lot of households making over $100,000, and they just stopped paying their rent. They got some emergency assistance, which is a surprise considering they made $104,000 last year, but the only rent that the complex has got was from Keystone from September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, and they continue to each make over $20 per hour. So the good faith is not shown for the CDC stay. I'm not going to do an immediate eviction, but I would grant them 10 days to vacate the premises. I find that the CDC declaration was not made in good faith. They've not made any best effort to make any timely partial payment. They've not made any payment. And they should not get the protection of the CDC stay because they aren't in compliance with the declaration. So I would allow, right now it's stayed till the 30th of June. The complex is concerned, you're using your money to do something other than pay your rent. And your intention is to just move and then stick them with a $6,000 or $7,000 bill.
Oh, no, that's why we give the forwarding address to Maria and the phone number.
They will pursue money damages, I'm sure of that. But at this point, I tend to agree with Mr. Thornton. This is a choice on your part. You're using your money to do something other than pay your rent. So, Mr. Thornton, I would allow that the writ of eviction could enter on or after May 17th. Will it be out by then?
Yes, sir.
All right, and you say you've given the forwarding address, turn in the keys, and as soon as you leave, they'll take possession of the premises. There may be further hearing regarding money damages, and Mr. Thornton has done a good job of establishing what your income is, but that doesn't equate to what the damages are. We'll have to see how much the rent is at the time you've left, whether there's a security deposit that should be applied to the rent, whether there are other damages like broken mirrors or carpeting or that sort of thing, and whether there's any sort of abatement of rent for the heat not working or the roof leaking or that sort of thing. So we're not making any calculation right now how much you owe, but I'll go with the original amount, which was $5,804 plus $990.
Your Honor, the total on the ledger is $7,843.37 as of today.
In rent?
Yes.
Give me that again.
Rent and late charges, the total on their ledger is $7,843.37 in total.
Plus $205.52 in cost, plus $75 for today's hearing. 7,843 plus 205.52 plus 75 is $8,123.52. If you wish to stay, you can pay that within 10 days. Otherwise, you're subject to being evicted. Mr. Thorne, perhaps to make it clear, could you send me an amended judgment with that amount?
I can.
Rent, $7,843 through May. Court costs of $205.52 plus 75 for a total of $8,123.52 with a writ date of May 17th. Mr. Sensat and Ms. LaForce, as long as you're out by May 17th, there won't be any eviction. There may be a later hearing regarding money damages and the ability to collect on that. But I find that the CDC stay does not apply here, and I'm not going to give you the protection of it. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Is the
Mr.
court
Thorne,
not,
anything?
yeah, is the
What?
court not inclined to impose any further penalty for perjury for signing and filing the CDC declarations that were false?
We've had discussion of that with other judges. I had a discussion regarding that with Judge Westra. Their opinion is that's a federal offense. And no, I'm not ordering any sanction for perjury. At the time they signed it, but no, I'm not. I'm not sure I have the authority to. To further complicate things, as you know, a federal court last week ruled that the CDC stay is not lawful, that the Center for Disease Control does not have the authority to stay a landlord's ability to collect rent, that it's a legislative issue, not an administrative one. Several other courts have ruled the same way. That matter is being appealed, and we're told to hold the line until further notice, but the whole stay might go away. I am grateful that Keystone and the staff at Keystone are available to help people, but as I said, this just appears to be a choice, and in light of the fact they're making a household income of over $100,000 a year, they're not eligible for any help. So hopefully they get on a better footing with their new landlord. Anyway, Mr. Thorne is going to send an amended judgment with the amounts reflected here. You have 10 days to be out. Turn in your keys when you go, and you can expect further hearing regarding money damages.
Thank you,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
Do you have any questions?
No.
No.
All right, good to go. Thank you, Lance. That was a very telling hearing. As I indicated, there may be a number of others that would be appropriate for the same hearing, but that was a pretty clear-cut case. All right, I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoy watching this content, please like and subscribe. It helps new channels like this one gain exposure. There is a lot more good court to come, so if you like what you saw, tell your friends. If you didn't, tell me, and let me know what you'd like to see and how I can improve. Thanks.